Economic Partnership Agreement and the CSME Standby Facility projects are funded by the European Development Fund and are managed by the Caribbean Development Bank. The EDF is the main instrument for providing European Union aid for development cooperation to the African, Caribbean, and Pacific states and Great Britain's overseas countries and territories. From manufacturing, trade, skills training, agriculture, and entrepreneurship, we highlight the projects that have been put in place to benefit the countries in the CSME and really show how funding is changing the sectors, businesses, and lives of people around the region. We now take a look at a project which seeks to increase employment opportunities for Grenadians, both nationally and within the CSME. The National Training Agency, through the funding of the CSME Standby Facility, will assist in strengthening the boat building and yacht repair sectors in the nation's economy. The agency is responsible for administration of technical and vocational education and training, and the awarding of the Caribbean Vocational Qualifications, which certifies that the holder has been trained in the field represented by the qualification. We took a trip to Grenada and Carriacou to have a look at the efforts of the NTA and the craft that they want to preserve for future generations.
The marine sector in Grenada is one that is very vibrant. Even when we had the economic downturn a few years ago, the marine sector continued growing. However, we do not have occupational standards that are yet approved by CARICOM for certification of persons with CVQ in any of the marine areas. CVQ is the Caribbean Vocational Qualification. It's a qualification that was implemented by CARICOM through the Caribbean Association of National Training Agencies to be able to facilitate the free movement of workers, skilled workers across CARICOM. Under the CSME, workers can move and work throughout the countries of CARICOM. University graduates have been able to move for a while, but skilled workers who do not have university degrees, they found it a bit more challenging. And so CARICOM has established the CVQ, which can be awarded from levels 1 to 5, level 1 being an entry-level worker, level 5 being a full professional. With those qualifications, you can get your CARICOM skill certificate and then you can move and work freely throughout CARICOM. And so we are working to develop occupational standards for yacht repair and for traditional boat building.
This consultancy is allowing us to meet with experts in the area of traditional boat building. These are men from the island of Carriacou and Petit Martinique who are expert in their trade. This meeting allows us to extract from them the various knowledge, skills, and aptitudes that persons who are practitioners in this field are required to have. The exercise is called DACOM, and from this we're going to be using the information gathered to build standards related to that particular skill area.
The traditional boat building side, there's another aspect to it because traditional boat building was done in Grenada and Carriacou for a lot of years, but it's a tradition that is dying. The people who are now involved in boat building, they're not young people anymore.
It's going out of fashion because somehow or the other the young guys prefer to be in a speedboat. They got a speedboat on their own and they go anywhere they want to, but they claim they work too hard. They don't want to go into it. She's about around 42 feet long and about 14 feet wide. It's a fishing boat. The process is, if it's a new boat you're building, it will take about 3 months to complete the size of it. But what happens is it's an old boat that they're rebuilding, so you take a little more time. Maybe it take about 5 months, 6 months to complete. Well, we have about 6 or 8 people working on it right now. Everybody have their part to play. Like we would do beams, some caulking, some gluing, where we use epoxy glue to the broadside. So you crack the broadside, you put wick inside the seams, and others clean it and full it up. Yes, I love what I do, doing.
We do not have a mechanism for transferring that knowledge to the younger generation. And so we see the development of an occupational standards in traditional boat building as an opportunity to capture what is now done and what has been done over the last several years, and put it in a form where we can now teach this to young people, so that we can ensure that as the older folks move off the scene, we would have another set of younger people who would have built those skills and can continue the traditional boat building as it was done for ages.
It's the investment in people, offering skills and training that can truly help an economy sail to success.